Assalamualaikum kawan-kawan.
Why does she remind me of some Malaysian?
The Mak Yoyo. The Asi Mak Yoyo.
That is me, Mak Yoyo.
Okay, fine. Saya balik. Saya buat lagi. Okay. Hari ini kita akan berbual pasal pregnancy. So, siapa start dulu?
Dina. Sebab Dina ada good news.
Alhamdulillah. Sekarang saya mengandung dah nak masuk 5 bulan next week.
Alhamdulillah.
Next week baru saya tahu gender dia.
Fui.
Saya okey dengan any gender asalkan baby healthy.
Alhamdulillah.
Sempurna. Then yeah. So
Okay, so sekarang you boleh cakap what's the difference between pregnancy sekarang dengan pregnancy masa you mengandungkan Dania.
Dina dengan Dina pula
Dania.
Masa kan Dania you glowing macam ni tak? I nak tahu apa rasa
sekarang
dia.
glowing.
Yes.
Sekarang dia glowing sangat-sangat.
Glowing sangat.
Masya Allah.
Mak cakap nak glowing nak kena mengandung lah mak.
Fun fact, Dania was a New Year baby. So dia dilahirkan 12 midnight.
Wah.
1 Januari 2022.
Itulah dia bebelit ni doktor ya.
Jadi kat dia punya birth cert dia lawa. Dia punya timing dia 000. Dia punya date dia 1122.
Wow.
Very nice. Yeah.
Dapat hadiah tak?
Tolong jangan
So kita saya dapat upgrade. So saya dari Parkway kan. So from I think the 3 bedder then to 1 bedder.
Wow.
And time tu was COVID. So initially saya ingat Syahir tak boleh duduk dengan saya sebab 3 bedder kan. Then bila saya dapat upgrade to 1 bedder, then Syahir dapat tidur. Then dah beranak, dah baring. Then nurse kata, Dina, you get to upgrade. Your husband can stay with you. And best sangat Parkway. Tapi dia mahal sikit lah. Tapi dia punya makanan dia, the confinement food kan. Even the husband dapat enjoy. Macam lamb shank, biryani.
Okay, silalah ya. Jadi siapa yang bercita-cita untuk melahirkan di Parkway, kita promosi Parkway dapat sponsorship tak tak airtime.
Tu lah
Anyway.
Then sedap lah. Saya makan lobster time confinement saya kat situ. Lobster.
Ya, makcik-makcik siapa yang
lobster.
cakap lepas beranak tak boleh makan lobster memang ni.
No, but this one
Cannot
is
eat Cannot eat
Tak adalah.
lobster? Oh,
Adalah.
okay.
Actually no lah.
Lobster macam lobster by itself ke macam lobster salad ke
Dia
gitu?
macam lobster itself. Then macam ada cheese, ada kering
Wow.
gitu.
Macam sedapnya.
Yeah. So husband pun dapat enjoy lah. Okay. So berbeza pregnancy Dania dengan sekarang. Dania senang. Cuma first trimester dia penat, lawyer. Tapi tak sepenat macam sekarang. Tak tahu kalau pasal usia ke apa. Tapi
Dia cakap pasal usia. Macam mana tu sangat. Anyway, okay, tak apalah kalau
Macam tumpah macam mana dia? Macam mana?
Diam. Tak ada. Dina umur berapa sekarang mengandungkan
right
yang
now
kedua?
29.
29. Okay, masih muda lah.
fresh blood.
Alhamdulillah.
Kita first child punya
Dah 30. Tak, I 30, 31, 32 baru beranak.
Tanyalah mak, tanya mak.
Ini jangan digatal. Anyway, yes. Okay.
Yes. So dengan Dania saya mengandung 26 tahun ke 27 tak ingat sangat.
Okay lah.
So actually this second punya saya bermisi. Untuk have second before saya turn 30.
Itu adalah misi yang terbaik.
Yes. Bagus.
Sebab saya
sampai dilaksanakan. Ya.
Sebab saya tahu nanti bila dah berusia, bila nak mengandung tu lain.
Betul, Dek.
Sebab
Betul.
energy level dia lain.
Ya, betul, Dek.
Saya baru 29 dah macam wah, penat.
Energy level dia dekat mana ni, Pak?
Energy sekarang alhamdulillah aku second try kan. Jadi macam okay, tapi first try rasa dia lain macam the gravity pulling you down gitu.
Kita nak buat apa-apa pun
I almost ingat I kena penyakit ain ke apa ke. Because it was that bad.
Okay, faham.
Yeah, so Syahir pun terkena juga. Dia pun penat, dia pun ngidam semua.
Kalau you want to know if I can share something,
Yes.
I'm not sure you all tahu ke tak. Okay. So for perempuan, like at the peak of kita going to conceive and pregnant semua, what make you tired is actually the calming hormones.
Oh, is it?
Betul.
Oh.
Betul. Okay, so okay.
Dia meresahkan sebelum dia meredakan.
On the contrary, kalau example you are late 40s or early 50s, kita hit into what? Kita hit into premenopause kan?
Premenopause, correct.
So when premenopause, what happens to you? You ada anxiety, insomnia, because all the calming hormones are gone. But it is at this stage that you have all the calming hormones. So enjoy it. It's free.
Is it?
It's free.
So I penat because of the calming hormones.
Yes, you are feeling relaxed.
Masya Allah. Okay.
It's a berkah.
Masya Allah.
Gila ada glowing.
You should embrace the relaxing hormones.
Yalah. I'm embracing. I'm also embracing sayang.
That's the best part.
Then you balik, you cakap, sayang Kak Rauda cakap, I'm having relaxing hormone.
Yes.
Saya ambilkan kepala saya.
Yung relaxing hormone tu dah habis. Semester dah habis.
Tapi I like being pregnant because I get to be extra manja dengan suami. Macam like suami pun macam okay lah. Okay, best lah.
But you memang jenis macam nampak manja-manja
Manja.
pun. Dan
I
Syahir
am
pun
manja.
memang jenis yang macam obliged to that manja.
Dia macam lagu yang Hale sekarang. Sayang, ya iya sayang. Sayang. Macam itulah dia orang.
So kalau glowing is dari Allah lah, Masya Allah. I have no tips or anything. Tapi like macam my rambut sekarang macam
Tebal. Kan?
Yes, my skin sekarang okay. First try macam ada breakout tapi now better.
Correct. Yeah.
But in real estate wise, because I kerja dengan my suami kan, so whenever I'm tired, he'll take over. So that is the advantage that I have lah.
But is you punya first trimester macam besides you rasa macam penat ke apa kan? Anything else that you feel?
Of course. Macam Syahir, he has no body odor. Tapi he has no body odor.
Kita cakap pasal odor
Ada sebab. Ada sebab.
Teruskan.
Tapi bila I my first try, macam bau dia macam something ah.
Tak boleh dekat pun kan?
Dekat okay lah.
Dia bawa masam
Macam bau like boys, like men. But Syahir is not the type to have body odor actually.
Oh, I think
I think it's just your hormone.
Yeah, just my hormone.
masculine smell that you tak suka.
Maybe.
Allah.
Then
Lain Kak.
Kalau I heard that.
I think everybody heard that. Dia lain. Kalau Kak Long apa?
Dia
Kalau
suka,
semua tahu, husband Kak Long adalah pemain bola international Singapura. Ya.
Dia Kak Long
bekas.
Kak Long suka sweaty.
Yes, sweaty. Yalah, but it's true lah. Kita masa I got four kids, right? So dengan semua anak-anak semua lain dia punya peringkat. Yang semua okay, tapi yang last one I experience the same. Tak boleh bau wangi, tak boleh bau nasi, tak boleh macam my husband Muharram nak dekat pun I cakap no, go away from me. Orang cuci tangan kat dalam bilik air, I can like pissed off. Padahal aku yang letak sabun tu, sabun wangi tu. But I became so agitated, like please you stop using that sabun to wash your hands. So because that bau, it's just that
I
something.
think it's just the senses lah.
Correct. Makanan wise?
Makanan, there was a point of time, I love steak. Dengan Dania, I love steak. Tapi with, on my first try, somehow steak macam, for me. And then like, there were times, I ingat it's just mentality. So macam, I dah order makan, then I tak nak membazirkan. I try makan lah. I force myself, tapi because rasa macam nak muntah gitu kan. So, I rasa sampai lightheaded, then I have to stop eating the food.
It's true lah. True.
Jangan paksa
You know,
diri
I
lah.
read somewhere or I watched somewhere. Diorang kata if you tengah pregnant and you more into alkaline food, you are expecting a boy. If you are more, it's macam veggie, fiber, veggie. If you are more of a meat person, you tend to be having a girl. So kita tengok result next year.
Jeng.
Mak tak tahu telik dia. Memang tak boleh telik pun. Tapi mak tengok mak cuba-cuba je. InsyaAllah.
Tak ada, bukan cuba dah ada baby. Bukan terkejenda.
Tapi
I say it's a girl.
You say it's a girl?
I say it's a girl.
Okay, lelaki
Pasal dia
yang paling
cantik
penting.
semacam je.
But then ada juga orang cakap kan, kalau
boy
cantik,
cantik,
kalau
anak
cantik
lelaki.
sebab anak lelaki.
Ya.
Kalau kita macam buruk kusuk masai sebab anak perempuan kita dah tarik keayuan kecantikan
Kecantikan kita.
kita. Tapi itu orang cakap lah, saya
Itu
tak
orang
cakap.
cakap. Tapi
Awak tak cakap
tapi kalau orang dulu-dulu dia akan tengok bentuk perut. Kalau bulat lelaki, kalau lonjong perempuan, macam
Macam-macam,
lebar, macam-macam. Very interesting
Sila komen ya kalau ada apa-apa lagi
Yeah,
petua
sila
di sana
komen.
ya.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. That one say like that kan. Mine is the opposite. Aku mengandungkan anak lelaki semua buruk betul.
Buruk.
Tanya Kak Long. She saw when I was pregnant. Duduk mengangkang gini, makan non-stop Dengan suhasunnya macam ayu je. Aku tahu gitu pula. Betul. Mengangkang buruk tu. Habis
Makan comot-comot
Macam
Bahasa makan macam like, dah berbual lah ni. Nak makan tak?
and I don't like biryani tau. Tapi dengan Mudrik, I boleh habiskan 2 biryani.
So Modric suka biryani tak?
Mudrik is everything. Pandai makan. Mudrik makan semua. Asam pedas semua jalan. Anak saya baru 4 tahun je. Semua jalan terus. With him lah. I pernah macam orang cakap nak order apa, I cakap nasi biryani. So he's like, awak nak biryani? Betul. Ya. Biryani apa? Biryani ikan, biryani ayam. Okay. Awak punya apa? Tak, awak dah order 2. Tak, tu saya punya. Awak nak, awak order sendiri. Jangan makan aku punya. Betul, and I finished it. I finished it. Yes. Ya, gagah. Itulah keluar anak aku. Gagah juga.
Masya Allah.
Yeah, really. With Mudrik, I really eat a lot.
Okay, you were pregnant time ambil exam. Cakap, how it affect you macam nak masuk real estate.
Ya Allah, I went through 2 times. First was pregnant with Mudrik, studying. And then my process is because my children, the first and second, diorang madrasah, budak madrasah kan. So they have madrasah entrance test also. So while I'm studying for my own RES, I am prepping them to go for madrasah entrance test also. Both of them. Masa time Mahran and masa time Sofia. Because masa time Mahran, I was pregnant with Mudrik and I'm taking my RES. And then masa time pregnant with Sonia, I was preparing for Sofia to go for the MET and I'm taking my RES also. But
It's stressing.
it's very, very stressful. It's like, and also masa time tengah ambil exam untuk the last one, I was pregnant. I was breastfeeding Mudrik.
Mudrik, yes, I remember.
I was breastfeeding Mudrik. I was pregnant. I was studying. Siapa cakap jadi ibu tu senang ya? Susah ya adik-adik semua. And for me to pass it at the very last leg was masya-Allah, syukur sangat.
That was the last try tau.
And I'm not shy to say I failed 5 times. Not because I cannot make it, but it's just that keadaan. But Alhamdulillah, you don't stop whatever you have started. Jangan berhenti, teruskan cita-cita sampai dapat hashtag teruskan dek, teruskan. Jangan berhenti. It's difficult. The exam is difficult. Semua orang pun dah cakap sekarang kan. Dulu pun analyse the few ada yang episode yang cakap pasal ambil exam tu kat air. Cakap dulu exam dia lain. Sekejap aja. I went through it also. I go through the exam. Tapi I tak ambil demi exam. I was like, it's so different with what I had last time dengan the one that I took, that I passed and become a realtor now. It's so much different. But whatever it is, just teruskan. And also, yes, talking about pregnancy, it was tough. Mana dia punya morning sickness kan, mana dia punya mengamuk sickness yang tak tentu pasal kan, dengan semua orang kena. Emotional. And you have like children still macam memerlukan. Memerlukan.
And also the fact that you conceive these kids at a later age.
Yes.
Not at young age macam Dina.
Yes, correct. Masa badan dia lagi.
Beza dia lain.
Oh ya Allah.
So how old were you?
Adik-adik semua kahwin cepat-cepat ya. Kalau nak jadi.
Nak tanya satu question. It just popped in my head. Sebab bila you pregnant dengan Sonia, you are already 40. Dah 40.
Already more than 40.
Yeah, I was 40.
Kena ni tak? Kena gestational diabetes tak?
I need to take the test, ambil kena glucose test semua kan. But Alhamdulillah tak ada.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, actually
because when I was pregnant with Fatia, the last 4 months, I kena gestational diabetes. So I have to inject myself with insulin. And that made me depressed.
Actually, already an agent kan that time.
Actually, benda tu tak susah. Cuma pasal kita pregnant kan, you feel like your body is very sensitive, right?
True.
So they said that I cannot consume oral medicine. So they give macam insulin injection, you keep in a cooler bag. So you change the needle. Then dia kata, then I say, where do I inject myself? He say, stomach or thighs? I say, of course I'm not going to inject my stomach kan. Like it feels so wrong. So I inject my thigh, but I feel like after some time macam my thigh feel macam prickly lah because I keep injecting myself 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
Then so I yelah, tapi doktor lelaki kan. Jadi bila I cakap I'm feeling a little bit depressed because I didn't imagine my last few months of pregnancy to be like this. Then he said, oh, you should consider yourself lucky because some people have it at the start of the pregnancy.
Throughout Then they have to say throughout
My cousin is. My cousin.
Goodness.
I don't know
I
why.
only heard about it lah. Like I have to go through the test. Tapi Alhamdulillah tak ada.
Tapi syukur, after I gave birth to her,
It goes away.
It goes away. Sebab at the hospital, every day they check my blood sugar level. It goes away. Then after that, intermittently lah, macam 6 months later, 8 months later, I check again. as per normal.
Itulah berbaktinya ibu-ibu dah jadi mak baru tahu berbakti.
Tapi you kan, walaupun you conceive your kids at a later age kan, tapi I tengok you full of energy.
Full of energy.
Okay guys, bila Siha pass dia punya exam, dia tak waste time tau. Waste time in a sense kita ada listing, dia ikut. And really I cakap dengan you, dia really boyot. Perut punya lah besar, dengan dia pun besar.
Dia naik motor dengan
Ya, dia motor tahu.
Alamak, mak aku tak tahu.
Tapi setiap kali kita bawa dia, kita selalu dapat makan. Ingat tak?
Rezeki.
That was kita. Every time dengan Syahir. Every time kita pergi listing Rauda kan, to take picture everything, she will follow. I tengok dia yang tak ada energy. Dia cakap, mana budak ni? Really, you know. So memanglah bila kita conceive at that age, memang very different.
Very tiring. Because I have two early, yang the older kids are in the early 30s. Then the other two kids in my early 40s. So I have that gap kan between yang first, second dengan then ada gap, then third, fourth kan. So I was in my 30s when I give birth to the first two, then in my 40s when I give birth to the second two. Tapi memang ada beza.
Beza sangat.
Yes. It's very tiring and very penat. And especially apa tahu, the first two tu macam kita masih honeymoon period sebab kita kan yelah pasal anak pertama tak ada no another one yang tarik baju. Dan the second one pun okay tau, masih okay. Tapi you imagine dah ada dua yang ni, then tiga, then the other one inside my tummy, then the other one nak susu, then the other one umi yang sana. Oh my goodness. It's no like go to your abi, ask for abi. Nanti dia tua, datang balik umi. That kind of thing. So it's very tiring.
I guess this is the perks of being a stay-home mom lah. Macam mana pun anak-anak akan balik kat you. You know, even though Abi dia Muharram we all know. Kita semua kenal Muharram tu siapa? Kita semua kenal Muharram tu very inclusive. Kita kenal Muharram tu very cooperative.
Very calm orangnya. Dia macam betul yin dengan yang.
Jadi tapi macam mana pun anak-anak dia akan cari.
Macam mana Umi jadi singa betina raw, they will go and then they tour back. But Umi, they will still come back.
So Aisyah macam mana pula? Aisyah, like you mentioned in the previous episode, you ada anak istimewa, right? Was there actually ada beza tak bila you ngandungkan dia dengan ngandungkan yang lain? Tu macam maybe apa-apa signs ke yang you know, we do not know how this kind of things happen to our kids, right?
Sebenarnya kan, pregnant my second, the one with ADHD, and it's actually moderate ADHD lah. So dia punya is like all over the place if he's not on medication. Yes, my son makan medication every day so that he can just calm down and go to school.
It's normal lah.
It's he's not able to just do with therapy. He goes for occupational therapy, psychologist appointment, he sees the psychiatrist. So kita do all of those to give him
about
all
the pregnancy.
Pregnancy dia,
yeah.
The life now is a lot of things kan. But pregnant dia, Masya Allah, senang. It was the happiest moment. We went to Dubai, we went to Australia, we were enjoying ourselves because only
Allah
ada
tu Maha Adil,
anak satu, and then number two was in the tummy, and we were enjoying ourselves, financially stable. Kerja was at a good stage as a secondary school teacher kan. But bila dah besar, in the first day I gave birth to him, tak boleh letak in the baby cot kat hospital on his own. I was like, budak ni need to constantly be dodoi, macam baring dengan constant have body touch,
body contact.
It's like I didn't expect anything lah, tak tahu apa-apa. Even at kindergarten, cikgu cakap dia active, but it's okay because the school one teacher to 10 students. So it wasn't picked up. Although dia cakap memanglah handwriting dia tak secantik, dia punya he's active but he's a boy. But primary school bila 1 to 30 habis all over the place. He was climbing over shelves. He was climbing pagar sekolah and all. So too much difference that it was a reason why I chose something as a backup. And also not only him tahu the reason. In teaching, in 2019 I had a miscarriage. In 2020 I had a miscarriage.
Stressful.
In 2021, the year that my second born was diagnosed, 1 month later I was pregnant. So it's like, oh gosh.
Tapi kan you're not the first teacher yang I dengar yang suffer from miscarriages, you know.
Stress.
Yeah, I get.
Occupational hazard lah, Nat.
Yeah.
Teacher or even sometimes, unfortunately, nurses, because the job is very demanding.
Aisha, so to think of it, you have 4 kids now.
Yeah.
You
For
had
boys.
boys. Okay, we'll talk about the boys later, next episode. So, what I'm curious is that 4 anak, that means you're pregnant 3 miscarriages. That means 7 kali pregnancy.
6. I had
my
2 miscarriages.
goodness.
So
How
yang
do you
the
do
first
that?
miscarriage not so bad, DNC. Second miscarriage was already 14 weeks. So I had to bersalin like an abortion kind of procedure.
The fetus dah develop.
So I balik in November, I carried a box. It was like the heaviest box I've ever carried. Kita pergi pusara aman.
Still.
Yeah, pasal heartbeat dia dah tak ada. So when I got pregnant in 2021 and Azhar got my second born Azhar lah, he was diagnosed. It's like I thought macam mana ni aku pregnant, anak aku special needs. What should I do? It's like I was thinking like I was running through and all. Tak apa, because I was already planning take no pay leave and all. So during no pay leave, one day ni I just pergi apply RS without asking anyone. It's like I just have a backup plan. So time pregnant tu kat rumah, Azhar pergi sekolah because I'm monitoring just to be standby. I belajar. I didn't go for any support system, support study group, that kind also. I was studying most of the time on my own until I met Lala for my final paper tu. Then within that 1 year, I passed, Alhamdulillah. But
Banyak message.
yeah, we message each other. Sampai sekarang, it's like a routine for us to message each other. It was very difficult being pregnant. You're going through my paper tu kan. My first time sitting for the paper was end of October 2021. I was heavily pregnant. Kaki sebengkak-bengkak gajah. Kasut dah tak boleh. Kasut dah tak boleh.
Tak boleh pakai lah.
Kena
Kaki dia
extend
besar.
fully. I had preeclampsia.
What is that?
Preeclampsia is high blood pressure during itu. So at 12 days later after the papers I sat 12 days later I bersalinkan Azrul, my 4th born. My blood pressure was like 283, 286. Dah boleh dapat stroke lah. So belajar for that exam, I just pergi je pasal dah bayar apa. Geram lah kalau tak dapat pergi kan. Pergi fail lah. Tu pasal I tak ada emotion. That particular one, I feel I didn't have emotion.
I think kita kena expect to fail lah, so that kita won't be too overwhelming.
Correct.
Kalau kita rasa macam nak pas ni macam terlalu get into our head. So bila kita tak dapat apa yang kita nak tu sangat
depressed
kita
No, but the thing is because we don't know what is wrong, what is right. So
Correct.
we cannot counter that
kita
part.
tak dapat macam paper yang kita dah buat tu, kita tak dapat balik. Kita tak tahu mana kesilapan kita, apa yang kita perlu belajar lagi kan. Kita tak tahu.
So you pun mengandungkan your eldest also at a later stage in late 20s or mid 20s?
28.
Late 20s,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Wow.
So the youngest one was 38 years old, I pregnant. Different
Very different.
Satu, mami dia boleh pergi lari. I was running up to 4-5 km jog still with my firstborn.
Wow.
Tu pasal tu gymnastics dia pun alhamdulillah terbawa-bawa dia punya gymnastic skills, Masya Allah. Dengan si kecil ni, like Seha, bau nasi muntah. I couldn't drink milk. I tak boleh minum susu. I was drinking soy milk, almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, rice
Mahal
milk.
budak ni.
Expensive.
Mahal tau. So dalam adik-beradik, tak tahu apa pasal dia paling cerah.
Azrul lah kan.
Si kecil tu.
I think it's because of the milk also. With Suha, I drink milk like water. Kalau tak ada susu, tak boleh. Nak kena ada, everyday nak kena ada susu. I drink milk like
dia
water.
ni mungkin pasal susu dia bermacam-macam. It's not the normal milk. Mungkin that's why dia punya
It's not the normal milk. It's normal.
dia susu mahal.
Susu mahal sis.
Almond milk lah, oat milk lah. Kalau tak, I didn't have any milk intake. So I was taking calcium tablets also. But yalah, tertulis because I think anak-anak ni pembawa rezeki kan.
Betul.
So I did it because Azhar was diagnosed and I was pregnant with Azrul and I was very, very traumatized from my miscarriage yang I kena bersalinkan. It kept on repeating on my mind lah. Tengok the infant was like this size. Can see senyum, can see the ear, can see the fingers. I didn't want
Anak
to lose.
syurga, Masya Allah.
I didn't want to lose another pregnancy lah.
Ya Allah.
I didn't want to lose a pregnancy.
How does
so
it feel orang keluar bawa baby but you keluar bawa
Kotak.
Ya, bawa kotak. Kan? Nak nangis pun tak. Nak nangis pun tak.
Nampak je, nama je Kak Long tapi cengeng tu je.
I actually tak boleh cengeng sekarang because ada makeup. Kalau tak cengeng juga.
Yeah.
So it was a heavy box to carry. Although it was just a few gram. Berat hati. Yeah.
Sebab yang berat tu hati.
Hati kan.
Faham?
You know what guys?
A moment of silence.
Topik pregnancy ni is very overwhelming. So, kita akan jumpa lagi sekali in part 2. And see you soon again at Pet Pot Dalam Rumah.